ready.
There we go. Now
Get it
everyone
right
can hear me.
then.
Ooh, I can hear myself. I've got monitor on because I've been messing. There we go. That's better. Oh my god, how long do you listen to me? Ugh. Okay. Can you give me a mic check 1 2?
Mic check 1 2 1
No.
2.
Levels are looking good. I'm looking good. How are we all doing, everybody? Great show this
Who's these
evening.
records in the bot? Are they your thingies?
Yes, right. Okay, so this time as well. Tolly says hi, by the way, in chat.
Hello.
I need to be able. We need to arrange this so you can see chat easily as well. So anyway, yes, after last week's debacle, I sprung the grand old price of £4 for the premium bot service. So now when this stage starts, the bots join and record automatically. Because I feared if I allowed it to happen again, where I didn't set the bots recording, I would be in real trouble. So yeah, I've sorted that now. But anywho, should we attempt to get the intro out of the way?
Do it. Go. 3,
Okay.
2, 1, fire.
Welcome to Hetero Life Mates, where we unravel current affairs with a twist. I'm Imperial Panda, joined today, as always, by my co-host Tiggs. We explore everything from everyday issues to the wild world of conspiracy theories. Buckle up for a ride where reality meets the unexpected. Fucking smashed it. First try. Thank you very much. We're all good. How are we doing, Tig?
Yeah, to be fair, that was a good one. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, we are doing good.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
Yeah, gravy.
Excellent.
All gravy, baby.
You know how you said to me, "Can I hear an echo?"
Yes.
Now it does. Yeah, now it does sound like you're shouting into a tin can.
All right. How's that? Is that better?
That is better. Yes, indeed.
What about this?
Now, that's you could have some really good fun with that, actually. Yeah, because now it sounds like you're down the end of a creepy old hallway, and I will.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, like some creepy ghost being ripped back into the nether realm. No, you
There
can't.
you go. So I'll put it back to normal, but we can have some fun with that.
Yeah, we can have some fun with that. That was brilliant. Yes, no, and you sound so much better.
Shut your fucking face. Sorry.
No, I love that. That is fantastic. Ooh, okay, yeah, no, we're gonna, yeah, all right, we have to make some plans.
We can utilise that, and just so the audience is aware, this mic was purchased not by myself, but by the lovely Panda.
Yeah, but it was more of my editor, our editor.
Yeah,
now
sort his shit out.
Yeah, I not only did I have to hear about how annoyed they were that the sound quality was terrible and making life very difficult. I'm also married to my editor, so I have to take these things quite seriously. and they said, yeah, quickly, get him a mic. So we did.
Sort the peasant out.
Yeah.
You did, yeah.
Sort the present now. Anyway, Izzy, I can see. Thank you for the subscription, you lovely human being. I do appreciate you. And we have our own bot now as well. And I'm trying to work out. It's just said enter a message. So,
hello.
Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, well that's given the editor something to take out. Thank you. Yes, give me all your money, Izzy. I appreciate it. Just all of it. Yeah, pretty much. He pretty much slapped me and said we have to get Tiggs a new mic. And anyway, so we did. But it was an early birthday present. It wasn't just like a random piece of generosity. There was a thinking behind it.
It was appreciated.
Yeah, I feel that you're going to be utilizing the echo function quite a lot. And to be fair, I'm here for it. I am.
To be fair, I'll do the whole chat with it, like it, if I could. But I know that might be annoying for some, so I won't. But every now and again, you will get the echo.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be.
Oh, hold on.
You know.
Hold on. That deserves an echo.
We definitely need to think up a section just for that.
Yeah,
definitely. Okay, so right, it's a big one. It is a big one tonight for this recording. It's I don't know if any of you noticed that the title of this podcast is "Lethal Injection of Laughter." Not gonna lie.
There's no laughter.
No, well, I mean, they're probably. Well, I mean, they hopefully will be, but
they will be laughing at us, but not at the topic.
Yeah, the topic. Yeah, no, sorry. No, you're right, Hatoli. I have been missing this week. Panda had to take a break and recenter himself for. Just needed a break, but I am here. I'm still going. I am. I was. I've not been too great recently, but I'm doing all right. I'm back anyway. But and last night I'm not too pretty and good today. I'm not gonna lie, because I was out.
Someone went out last night. Someone got very drunk.
Yeah, I went out for a night out in London, and
well, it was good when I got the text earlier to say, I'm hanging, dude.
Mate, I've been so...
No, sorry, it was, I'm so hungover.
Yeah.
Like, good, you deserve it, because I couldn't go out, so you get it.
Mate, I've been hanging all day. But X Jeff just subscribed. Hello, XS Jeff. Thank you for the subscription, my friend.
Welcome, my brother.
Everyone
Sister.
say hi.
Hi.
Right. Hang on. Let me. Oh, I see. Izzy's out here gifting subs. Are you wonderful human? Now, where were we? Should we?
Go on,
yes,
Izzy.
that's right. We were talking about the
topic.
Yeah, the topic. That's
right.
No,
or you being hungover.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I am still very hungover, but it's okay. We're powering on through.
No, let's get on the topic because I want to do this because it's going to be good. Because. No, let's do it.
So,
go on.
Yes, lethal injection of laughter, but I think we probably should disperse tension a little bit first, just because obviously it is I'm hoping that we can make it somewhat fun. I mean, it's going to be difficult, but because it is a very deep subject, the death penalty. But you lot are all particularly sick, and you all voted.
Let's do this right. Yeah, you are very sick, by the way. But
yeah. It was the Illuminati or the death penalty, and it was overwhelmingly voted for the death penalty. So, yeah. But so
lay the groundwork and let everyone know that this is simply our opinions on it.
Yes. Oh no, definitely.
And this is Go on.
No, I was going to say, but before we get to that. I did want to discuss, because obviously both you and I do have friends who live in Texas, in the United States of Texas. And I do say United States of Texas just because. Move on, Panda. And
that was shocking.
I don't. Yeah. I'm not proud. I'm not gonna lie.
Quick, move on. I didn't highlight it. Move on.
Let's move. So, and very recently, today or within the last couple of days, everybody who lives in Texas is now unable to access Pornhub.
Shut up.
I know, right? Why, you may ask? Because
Why?
Pornhub feels that the Texas governor's new draconian laws on age verification are just too stringent. So therefore they've gone...
My 4-year-old can't watch Pornhub. Shut
up. So basically Pornhub's just gone, right, no, you lot don't get to watch anything. And you know what?
Oh, stop it, Panda. Yeah. Really?
Honestly, I swear to God, this is true. The porn, right? So, but I don't look. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't read into this in any real depth because
Those
why?
poor
Why would
fellas
I?
in Texas, man.
Yeah, but right, I got asked. My wife asked me this. She said, "What would you do if you?" I mean, like, not that not that I visit Pornhub regularly or anything like that. But she said, "What would you?"
Lies.
She
Wait,
said,
wait. Let me put the echo on.
Ready?
Lies.
Yeah. What would you do if you couldn't access Pornhub? And I just nonchalantly just said, as I wandered off into the kitchen, I would access any of the other thousands of porn sites available on the internet.
Okay, listen, I just want to make this clear, all right, to all the ladies that watch, all right, and to be fair, all the fellas that watch. To be fair, anyone who watches or listens to this podcast, this is a simple fact of life, all right. If they get rid of porn, your other half is just going to be harassed
Yes,
constantly because it's because you know when the other half isn't in the mood. The other half isn't in the mood. You have to look after yourself, and that's where you turn to such sites. Okay.
Yeah.
If those sites aren't around, then God forbid your other half. That's all I'm saying.
I have this theory that in actual fact, these certain websites that offer particular services have actually saved a ton of marriages.
Massively.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, yo, baby, let's try this.
Hattori says, ladies watch it too. We know, Hattori. I mean, I'm just saying, that's what I mean. I think on both sides of the marital fence.
On both sides.
Whether it be male or female. Hey, look. Look, hey, let's just cut straight through the bullshit here and say, everybody feels better after a wank. Okay, so if you're pissed
100%.
off with your partner and they're like, nah, do you know what? You no fucking chance. Go away. I am hungover. I've got the flu. I've just found out that my dog can't do calculus. Whatever the excuse is.
Really, dog and calculus? You had to take it there?
Well, I mean, some people might get desperately upset if their dog can't do calculus. Who am I to judge? But anyway, there is marital.
Move on quickly from that one, Panda,
there's marital tension in the situation.
Any marital tension, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We all look. People put porn in a bad light.
People put things in strange places
because everyone turnip. Remember? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, we did, didn't we? Yeah, it was.
We did.
Yes.
No, we didn't. But
well, no, I did. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if I recall correctly, it was something along the lines of Cameron Diaz and.
That's it. Yeah, but ain't no turnip been up my back passage.
Was that the pilot episode or episode 1? I don't know. You'll have to go back and listen to the others and let us know.
good plug there. Go get us some views. Go look at the other ones.
That you're always thinking ahead.
You know what I'm saying.
Always thinking ahead.
Anyway, porn, good. People who want to ban porn, ban Panda Man.
Yeah. Pan porn,
I want to do a podcast, by the way, and I know we're going massively way off where we're supposed to be, but Hook. Remember the film Hook?
Yes. I'm concerned about how much of a leap we're making now from porn to
massive
Hook.
Leap. But... No, massive leap. But I was on a late one the other night, and I ended up watching the whole of Hook, and I haven't seen it for like 10 years. Took me back to my childhood. Brilliant film. If you haven't seen it, go look at it. It's a spin on Peter Pan. Brilliant, fantastic watch.
And
anywho, back to the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair though, I mean, you could unify those two different concepts of Pornhub and Hook, because Tolly said in the chat, we won't take the wrong spot on kinks. There's some strange ones. There is, like for instance, Captain Hook is an amputee. There is definitely definitely a kink there.
No. See Panda. What you're doing there is you're taking a favourite childhood film of mine and you're turning it kinky.
Are you,
Not
are
liking
you,
it.
are you
Just
telling
gonna
me
put it out there.
that are you honestly with a straight
No,
face going to tell me?
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
I'm,
I know where you're going.
I'm telling you now. I'm telling you
I know where
now.
you're going.
If
Panda,
you type in Captain
Pack it
Hook
in.
fucks Tinkerbell, there is a video on the internet. It's got to be there. You
Panda,
know it is.
Why would you do it? You don't fucked up. I'm not. Do you know what? I'll quit this podcast. You do that to me again. Don't
20
ruin it for
quid.
me.
20 quid says once we finish this podcast, you Google that sentence.
I'm Googling it and I'll send you a screenshot as well.
Anyway, yeah, so to all of our Texan brethren and sisters, I feel bad for you, but it's not like
I really feel bad for you.
But let's be honest, it's not like the
There's
internet.
plenty out there.
Yeah,
There's plenty out there.
Yeah, you've got other options. You're good. Okay. So yeah, no, I felt that maybe we could do a whole. We could do a podcast on the world's strangest kinks. That would be a good one. That would be a good one.
Yeah, I know, but that might attract certain people that we don't want to attract.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. But yeah, I'm slightly concerned about the next subject because that is probably.
I want to fuck a starfish.
Oh no! Finding Nemo will be forever ruined.
Exactly.
In
So
more than one way.
We don't want to go there. Let's not do it. Okay. Let's just not do it.
Okay.
Let's leave that one. Like, if we ever get popular, and then we start to lose fans, that's when we head down that road.
Yeah, to be fair, I think we probably lost a number of subscribers at Captain Hook Funk's Tinkerbell, to be fair. But,
well, there you go. And that was all on you, just saying, Panda. I told you not to do it, but you done it.
I'll take that one. But yeah, for another podcast. But so, unless you have a talking point, Tig, I think we've got to get to it. Do you have anything of the wheel world, of the wide world that you'd like to discuss?
Not really.
Yeah.
I was at work today, and I was I don't know why, but I decided to listen to Through the Fire and Flames. You know this tune.
Yeah.
Brilliant tune. And I let it was on Amazon.
Okay.
And I just let it play through the soundtrack. And once it finished, it just carried on. And I felt a very Eddie vibe. Yeah. Stranger Things, Eddie.
Yeah.
You know, rock guitarist. And that played all day. And there were some fantastic tunes on there.
Yeah.
So
you had a good time.
I was rocking it out in the van all day. So it was lovely. But that's my live.
Can't ask for much more than that, really.
Are you still there?
Yes, no, you're there. We lost you briefly, but we're all good.
How far did I get?
I don't know.
Well, let's just move on.
Yeah, let's do it. I got news.
I was rocking out in the
103
van.
grandma
That's
without
it.
license drive home after playing cards. Dolly's got. She's got a 100. So I'm assuming what Dolly's saying is 103-year-old grandma without a license is driven home after playing cards, and all she got is a fine.
Yes. What's wrong with that?
A centenarian drove home, and let's be honest, if you're 103, you're probably drunk most of the time anyway. So we may as well throw drink driving onto that as well. Played cards, and all she got was a fine.
Was she drunk?
I don't think so, but she didn't have a license.
Was she under the? Was she? Oh, she didn't have a license.
No, she's 103.
Yeah, but once she, to be fair,
she
once
didn't
you
drink
make
drive.
100, you're free of the laws.
I was going to say, do you think it's kind of like, you know, like here in the UK, and I'm sure it's very similar in other European countries, I'm sure. Like after a car is 70 years old, it doesn't need to be taxed, and it doesn't need seatbelts and stuff like that. If it's, do you think it's the same thing that when you're over 100 years old, you can no longer be held accountable for your actions? And so
100%.
you don't need a driver's license. You can just go and
You've
do it.
lived. You've lived for 100 years, Panda.
Yeah, exactly. There is 2 zeros in your age now. Like you're okay.
We ain't living till 100.
Oh God,
you know
no.
that for a fact.
No. I mean, that's also just like even if I wanted to.
They lived through 2 world wars.
Yeah. You see, that's the thing you forget, didn't you, about centenarians? Like they've seen some shit.
Well, we say 2 world wars. It's 2 world wars plus all of the other wars. They've been through all of that. Cold War, etc. So no, fuck that. Let her drive home and pay her cards. Not a problem. I will support her all the way.
Yeah, there we go. So we've just settled that debate completely. If you're over 100 years old, you don't actually technically need a license anymore, and you can do as you wish. So there you go.
Yeah.
Panda and Tig, seal of approval. No, wait, this needs echo.
Wait for it. Let her be free.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, I don't know if you're the only one who can hear the echo or everyone else can hear the echo, because otherwise it just sounds like me shouting, "Let her be free!"
No, the way it's all set up, everybody can definitely hear your echo, so it's all good.
Sweet. Sweet.
Okay, so
if anyone wants a free shout out on the echo, just let me know and I'll give you a shout out with the echo.
Yeah, that's a not bad idea. That's a good one. Yeah, Dolly's just confirmed they can definitely hear the echo. So I won't get to do you know what? I'm going to leave it up to the editor, was that because obviously we normally say, don't we, it's time for conspiracy theory of the week, and then Alex, what's his face, cuts in with, I don't like the put chemicals in the water that turn the frickin' frogs gay, and that's my favourite part of the podcast, but it's not really.
Hold on, wait for it, Panda.
Okay.
Wait for it, wait. Wait, just wait a second.
We're waiting.
They turned the frickin' frogs gay. There's your intro.
Thanks. So yeah, we'll leave the editor up to them whether they decide to add it in or not.
Oh, she's gonna hate me.
Oh, without a doubt. But hey,
right, anyway,
anywho, right? Let's
do this. Are you ready? Because honestly, I've been thinking about this, and this is right.
Yes, because we had a coffee. Was it Wednesday? Thursday?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
I can't remember. It was some point this week anyway, and we kind of preliminary discussed the subject, but we haven't actually physically discussed it. But of course, so today's topic is the death penalty, as suggested by it was Dan in the Discord actually. And then unanimously voted for
by everyone.
Yeah, you sick puppies. Now, I mean, we could do with a coin flip here to decide who goes first. But
no, I'll let you go first. I've already decided that I want you to go first, because I know that our opinions are so far apart on this one.
Okay, so I will lay the foundations for my opinion, and then obviously we'll justify things as we go. But obviously, I don't think this will be any surprise to anybody who has been listening to the podcast or who it follows my YouTube or Twitch or anything like that, that I am unsurprisingly against the death penalty. But maybe not actually quite for the reasons that people think. But that is where I stand on this subject. I don't believe it's a good thing in any way, shape, or form, both morally or ethically. And just
for everyone out there, I do.
yeah. I think we've kind of already worked out that the Tig definitely fell on the side of doesn't matter, death. Yeah, no, you stole a loaf of bread, death.
Whoa, no.
I'm painting a bad picture of you here, am I?
That was a very bad picture. and it might come to light that it is a bad picture, but at the same time, stealing a loaf of bread.
24.
Definitely
Okay,
need to get
so
hanged
we've
for it. Just saying.
decided that it's yes, all right, okay. So it does require a certain level of crime to be committed to justify the death penalty.
Yes.
Okay, so that's fair enough, and that's understandable. And obviously, there are people who 100% categorically agree with you on this. Now, the reason why I fall on the side of I don't think it should be a thing is because we do know, without a shadow of a doubt, that people have been put to death who didn't commit the crimes they were accused of.
Okay.
And as far as I'm concerned, until we get to a point within forensic science that can prove beyond any reasonable doubt that someone committed the crime, I don't think it is right to do so. Because as far as, like, you know how they say the jury, they have to be beyond any reasonable doubt to convict the person, to give them a guilty verdict.
Yeah.
There's very rarely a clean sweep, should I say, in a jury, most of the time, where people say, yep, 100%, we all agree the person is guilty. Because it doesn't really work like that, does it? You know, the evidence doesn't always, beyond proof.
And I will 100% agree with you on this.
Yeah.
That there is always that reasonable doubt. But when I knew we was going to have this conversation, I knew I had to do some research.
Yeah.
Because you're far cleverer than I am, and to be fair, you know a lot more than I do.
Mm. What about
and
death
when
penalty?
I was, well, just in general, because you know you went to posh school and I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Harvard and boarding school and whatever else.
Fucking
but, you know.
Oxford.
And just for the viewers, I want you to know. Yeah, I've been waiting to say this. I am straight out of Compton.
Down in the
because
ghetto.
my school was called the Compton.
Was it?
It genuinely was, and you can look it up if you want to. The Compton on Summers Lane in North London. That was my school, the Compton. I was straight out of Compton. Finished my whole 5 years there.
Nickname Ice Cube.
More like melted cube.
Melted cube, yeah. Small puddle.
Little drip.
Yeah.
Call me Little Drip.
It's not a bad rap name, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll take that, actually.
Yeah, Little Drip.
No one nick it.
Yeah. Patented and copyrighted, yeah.
Yeah. But you did, right. So the research that I've done on sort of the statistics of who was convicted of a murder that actually didn't commit that, or not murder, or convicted of a crime that was put to the death sentence. A lot of the jury members or the court assembly was actually in on the case. Okay. Or so they, right, hold on. That's in a very round, brief, loose, I don't know, context? No, brackets? Because obviously I'm only reading stuff that was from that. Yeah. You know, it's probably courts covering it up and blah, blah, blah. But it was very much so that because they knew they had fucked up, they then couldn't let everyone or the public know that they had fucked up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, 100%. And this is right, like, because I understand and appreciate I am very much in the minority in terms of people I know anyway. And like Tolly's just put, but Panda, what about serial killers or pedophiles?
We're getting there, Tolly. Don't worry, we're getting to that.
Yeah, for sure. Death is.
You'll stick around for that.
Yeah, exactly.
because that's
So,
going to happen. They oh, go on. I'm going to land. I'm going to stop. Go on. Sorry.
yeah, no. So, like for instance, I mean, I have tried to, because again, like you, I thought this is a subject that does warrant me going away and actually doing my research into my reasoning for being against it, but also I've also read the reasons for it. You know, I didn't just want to be biased and only look for material that supports my argument. And for me, it was more some figures quoted by Amnesty International was that since 1973, a total of 191 prisoners have been exonerated and released from death row as new evidence has come to light to prove that they categorically did not commit. Most of those cases, they were exonerated not because their lawyers were particularly brilliant or anything like that. It was because it was more sort of cold case files. Not cold case. Cold case is wrong because they're unsolved, aren't they? It was old cases.
Yeah, well, they're still classed as cold case, though, isn't they? Because they're ongoing. They've not been solved. I think
that's what I mean. But what I meant was the people who'd been convicted of the crimes. Obviously, there was some doubt, but they were just, the jury was happy enough and convinced enough to convict this person. It was like, especially back in the day when DNA evidence was very difficult to come by, and obviously forensic science was much less advanced than it is now.
If that's what you're basing this argument on, or this discussion on, sorry, then that's void because you can't say what happened back then to compare to what's happening now.
Tig, you didn't let me finish. No, the reason why they were... Yeah, I was trying! The reason why they were exonerated, because they were convicted at a time where evidence was harder to ascertain and to be proven categorically without doubt that person was guilty. And what it was is a lot of the people who were exonerated was because new techniques came forward, and then other people were caught on different charges, and it was proven that the person who they recently caught, all of the DNA matched up with their case, and it was in fact this person who had committed the murders and not the person sat on death row.
Cool, got that. Happy for that. If they got exonerated, fair dues. I feel bad for them that they've done their time and whatever else.
Well, exactly, but it could have been a lot worse.
Hold on, no, but hold on. That does not stand now for today's technology. Would you still support the fact that? Well, do you support for non-lethal penalties?
Do I support non-lethal? Yes, of course.
To this day.
Because
you're saying that you don't, and I'm only taking a little snippet from what you just said. You just said that because of people being missed, like they're convicted for a crime that they didn't commit.
Yeah.
Based on the technology that they had then and now, regardless of all of that, moving to today, knowing that the technology that we do have, do you still stand on that the lethal penalty is not justified?
Yes. And I will justify that with, because 20 years ago we thought forensic science was indefatigably indisputable in terms of its efficacy and its accuracy. And now, 20 years forward, we now know that in actual fact it wasn't anywhere near as accurate and as reliable as we thought it was. So who's to say that in another 20 years...
It's not accurate today.
Yeah. And
so
as far as I'm concerned,
yeah, but on that point, was to say that the people that were convicted back then, that were exonerated today, weren't mistrialed because of the technology that we have today. To say that it's still inaccurate, so they could have got it wrong today.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. That is a very valid point.
They didn't get it wrong there, so.
Okay,
what's
but
to say that they still got it wrong?
okay, but that
But
then
that
brings me
person
back.
still did commit that crime.
No, that's a fair point. But again, that now brings me back full circle to: can you really morally and ethically put someone to death when you do not know with 100% certainty that they did commit that crime? In the sense of, the very good old-fashioned, the good old saying from, I can't remember who it was, but the guru who went, an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. I don't think as society, taking the lives of others is never a good thing, nor is it something that should be taken lightly. Is my justification and reasoning for it. I mean, obviously, if somebody was caught in the act, red-handed, no doubt whatsoever, full witness, then of course. But unless you have that 100% proof to show that I don't think you can, from a moral standpoint, actually take their life. Secondly, if we keep putting, serial killers, for instance, in particular, if we didn't have the two FBI agents in the 80s, 90s, who started doing criminal profiling of psychopaths, we wouldn't be able to catch them like we do today. You see where I'm coming from?
I do, but at the same time, I think, this has got so many layers, hasn't it?
Yeah, well,
It really does have so many layers. So we're talking from the justice system and evidence and juries and judges and etc. and the law. And I'll do my bit now, if that's okay.
No, of course.
From an
From
an ethical point of view,
of course,
for one who's willing to take a life purposely, they, in my opinion, if you're, because no, I'll do that bit after. If you're willingly, purposely taking a life intentionally, you do not deserve to live. And that's it. Because it's simple. Because the thing for me is, oh wait, I've got to break this down into layers because I've been overthinking this too much.
Take your time.
It's the fact that we are alive now, everybody here right now, breathing oxygen, blah blah blah, all of that kind of stuff. The very fact is a very special thing, and if you can knowingly, purposely, intentionally take that from someone else, you don't deserve to have that yourself.
Okay.
So if you get caught in the act, and it is justifiable, then I agree with it. To take, because you don't deserve to be around. If you can purposely take that from someone else.
Yeah.
What is your for me? There is no there's no justification for you to be left alone, and even a prison sentence doesn't do that for me, because you are still living, you are still doing what you want to do, even though you've taken that someone from what you've taken someone's option to do that. You are still alive. It might be in a prison cell, but we know what prison cells are these days. They're not prisons. There's people out there that purposely put themselves in prison because it's an easier way of life for them. So for me,
crikey, yeah, but that's another conversation.
That is another conversation, yeah. But for me, if you can't, there's no reason intentionally that you would take someone. And I know there's, and again, this is where the layers come in. There's no reasonable reason to take someone else's option to live away.
Hmm.
That's where I stand on it, and we'll obviously dive into it, but I can't. I know where you're staying with the justice system, and people have got it wrong, and I fully understand that. And like I pointed out earlier, there was a lot of corrupt justice systems where they had to not show face, like lose face on it, and etc. But it's I disagree with you, Panda. To be honest.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. But I think let's catch up with. I have been seeing your messages, Hatoli. I've just been desperately trying because obviously it is such it's kind of a difficult subject to transverse, really, isn't it? In terms of actually trying to get your point across in an eloquent way that people understand what you're trying to say, because obviously you can't always, can you? Like, I know what I'm thinking, but actually getting the words out in a way that's cohesive and people understand it is difficult, isn't it?
Well, especially for commoners like me, I don't have the eloquent language like Panda does, so please try and stick with me.
You're going to make me out. Everyone's going to think that I grew up in Chelsea and I vote Tory.
You did.
Lying bastard.
You had two horses.
Is eye for an eye.
And
yeah,
they raced
justice
at
can take
Cheltenham.
multiple forms, but
And you made your
some
millions.
justice agrees.
So
No,
stop it.
I do agree in the sense of, like, it does bring closure and does bring a sense of justice to family.
Closure,
to families.
It's not closure.
I was answering Hatoli's question. Well, I was answering
you didn't
Hatoli's
say that,
statements.
did you?
I did. I just read it out.
All right, I will be quiet.
No, all I'm saying is Hatoli was basically saying that it can help with grief, if I've understood what they've stated, and I do agree in the sense of, for families, of loved ones who have had their lives taken by serial killers or or just one-off murders or stuff. I do agree that it brings closure and some peace. Maybe not the right word, but a sense of justice for the families. And this is the problem, right? Because I do agree with it on a certain level. However, very much the long-haired hippie side of me is very much, I don't think that as a society this is how we grow. And
but we can't grow.
One thing, like the other sort of example that I was going to use, I do have a few sort of points on it, but would you classify Ted Bundy in the same class as a husband who is woken in the night, he wakes up, he's completely oblivious and unaware of this situation, wakes up in the middle of the night, sees his wife bent over being rammed by someone who is not him, and in a blind rage beats them both to death because he was so traumatized? Would you class them on the same level? And I say that because that is an actual case.
Panda. That right. That right. Oh.
Does he deserve the death penalty?
Whoa! Right.
I got an echo.
Did he get the death penalty?
That's what I'm saying. Does he deserve the death penalty?
Did he get the death penalty though?
No, because it was in England, so it wasn't. We don't obviously have the death penalty here,
right.
do we?
But,
or haven't had, should I say, since the 60s? Was that the very last one?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was. Should we look this fact up very quickly?
Look it up now.
Right, I'll do it now.
Right,
well, you talk. I'll look.
Whilst you're doing that, no, because Ted Bundy was intentional.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. His was in an emotional state. See, this is where it gets complex, and this is where the layers come in. All right. Ted Bundy was intentional. He set out to do what he wanted to do. All right. And now to add another layer onto that, people will start commenting on sort of mental health and where was his head at and etc. If I saw my missus in bed with another man, my missus ain't getting it. The geezer's getting it until, well, I say that, I want to know who knew about what, because I know she knew about it.
Okay, yeah, but I think...
Did he know about it?
Either
way.
I appreciate what you're saying.
I know what
but
you're saying.
yeah, I think that's kind of...
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's kind of skewing off of topic a little bit.
If the geezer laid in and killed both parties, then the guy's unhinged.
Oh,
Panda.
You
right?
Just thinking about this, right? Yeah.
As me and you, all right. If both of us had this example,
yeah,
we're not killing anyone.
No, I agree. My question was though, does he deserve the death penalty?
No.
Why?
He deserves life in prison.
Why is he different to someone who takes a life?
Because it was an emotional reaction, not intention.
But is the argument not if you take a life, you deserve to lose yours and not clog up the prison system?
No.
Right.
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think if you we all know there's bad people out there.
Yeah.
And those bad people do it with intention. I think intention is a massive key part to this, because if you knowingly go out to do harm to others, knowing it's wrong.
Yeah. Premeditated, cold blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's different from then having an emotional reaction.
Right.
Because if you're doing it from an emotional reaction, you're feeling hurt, you're feeling pain and all of that kind of stuff. And a lot of people will say, yeah, but these people must have had this from a young age. Well, fair enough. But you still grow up and you still learn to know that doing these kind of things, like you said, Ted Bundy, he knew what that guy was doing.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think he had mummy issues.
Say that, yeah, and we can say this about a lot of people, but there's like, I don't even want to say the word because it makes me sick to the stomach, but people that use children in a certain way, they are doing it intentionally.
You're talking about Shen.
Shen?
Yeah. Chinese sweatshops.
There you go. Well, you've just exposed it to the world.
So I was just trying to disperse a little bit of tension. You are talking about, of course, paedophiles, yes.
Yes.
We have one in the royal family.
We did have one in the royal family, and
oh yeah, that's true. He's not. He's still His Royal Highness, is he not?
No, he got this.
Is he? Oh no, that's right. He's not. He's just Schmandrew.
He's yeah.
He's not Prince Schmandrew.
No. So all of them, they all deserve it. Honestly, because you've done it intentionally. You knew what your goal was. And you went for it, and that's my whole point. If you intentionally go to do it, then you definitely deserve. Off you go. See you later.
Yes. No, I do agree with you in the sense of yes, serial killers, pedophiles. Because of the emotional trauma that they do inflict upon, even if they don't kill the child, that's still the psychological damage that has been done is irreversible.
100%.
I think the problem is, and the reason why I fall on the side of it's best not to do it full stop, is because there's no. This is even the lawful guidelines on, like, for instance, this is the problem. Like in Texas, for instance, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a lawyer, so there is probably room for interpretation here that I don't know about. But in Texas, there is no disparity between somebody who accidentally kills someone with their car, momentary lapse of judgment, they sneeze or whatever, right? And they mow someone down in their car and kill them. Texas, you can get the death penalty. No difference between them and Ted Bundy in terms of Texas.
All right. But if we're talking about Texas and
I mean, to be fair, most of them are going to be angry. They can't have a wank, but so the death rate's probably going to skyrocket soon. If we're honest,
death penalty's going through the roof.
Yeah, the amount of spouse on spouse violence is about to go fucking nuts.
Domestic violence. Let's look at Texas. But yeah, no, I can't. No, I can't get on board with it, mate, because
I think the one thing that puzzles me, like that with with you personally and other people who, like, you have a serious distrust in the government.
100%.
So why on earth do you trust them to get this right?
But it's not the government doing it, is it?
Yes, they set
because
the laws.
No. Yeah, they set the laws. But
they set the guidelines.
You've got a jury of peers, which is the same here as it is mostly in America. You have a jury of your peers.
Yeah, but if the government wanted to take the death penalty away, they could. The government is the one who sets the guidelines and says this is.
Yeah, but I don't want
it
taken away. I think we need it over here.
No, but that's what I mean. Like you trust you would trust the government to set the guidelines.
No, hold on. No. Yeah, but hold on. It's not the guidelines are very. The guidelines set by the government is not what's law jurisdiction, is it?
The law sets the
law
laws.
is the law. No.
Set by the government.
No. All right, they may have been, but how old are laws?
No,
they've been going.
Laws are set every day by Parliament. It's Parliament that enacts laws. The people who state
now we're going
them...
on to a different discussion, and we might get a bit heated on that. But
no, I'm saying
laws. Yeah, but all right, Panda. Let's just get things right. Okay. Oh, here we go, people. This is where it kicks off. Since humans have got to a point where we have a intellectual knowledge of how things should work. Yeah. Okay. We all coincide with each other. We all have a consensus that don't hurt each other. We all do things and live with each other within bounds. Yeah?
Yeah, we all have a moral framework.
Yeah. All right. Don't fucking rape children. Don't kill each other. Don't steal from each other. The basics, yeah? The basics of living life, of humans living life. Go to work, feed your family, get a dwelling, live in that dwelling, blah, 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 blah. All right? If you break them basic laws, the basics of laws, then you fucked. Don't do it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. I'm not going to go and kill my neighbour because he parked across my drive. I'm not going to go and rob his house because I didn't have no gravy left in my cupboard.
Depends if his stuff is nicer than mine.
Yeah. If he had that good coffee.
Yeah. No, don't. No.
So the basics of living and living like as a human, we all live by the basic laws. Don't kill each other, although we do every fucking day because humans are fucking stupid and we can't just live in harmony.
Yeah.
But if you do intentionally do it on a, and I'm going to say this because of obviously the conflicts that are going on now, on a minor level, if my neighbour come next door and fucking decided to murder my wife, if the police don't get in, he's getting the death penalty anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's simple, basic laws.
Yeah, no, right? I mean, I would appreciate the reaction.
And I know what you're saying, but the government, and I get where you're coming from. Do I trust the government? No, I don't. Not at all, in any entirety. But the death penalty, if you intentionally do harm to others, intentionally, then fuck yeah. you don't deserve to be on this world anymore.
No, that's fair enough. It's just like that. That's what I like. Yeah, I don't trust the government to get anything right. So I wouldn't trust them I wouldn't trust them with this. With the death penalty, I wouldn't trust them to get it right. So therefore, I just think it's not the right thing.
But you're saying the government
and the one that enacts law.
I know, yeah. Panda. Yeah, but hold on. If you were put up in front of a jury of your peers on the basis that you'd killed someone,
yeah,
who is enacting that law? Because the jury are the ones who are listening to the evidence.
Yeah, the law is enacted by a judge, but the law is brought into power, is introduced by Parliament. It is Parliament who sets out the legislation and introduces the law, and then it is voted upon. And when it receives enough votes, it is then written into law. So it ultimately starts with Parliament. They are the ones who decide these are the criterion, these are the guidelines for giving the conviction. And we have decided, like, we know this because they instantly rushed in law, didn't they, for COVID? They brought it into law almost immediately that you could be done if you left your house. COVID. No, but that's my point. It's the government who introduces the law.
Okay, but the basics of it is, if you kill someone intentionally, you're then in prison for it. So is that wrong? And that's a government law.
If you're in prison for it, no, of course not.
That's not wrong. But if you're killed for it, if I went out and intentionally killed someone,
was wrong. I just don't think. I don't think personally it should be an option when there is too much disparity between who gets it and who doesn't, and when there is any tiny smidgen of reasonable doubt. I don't think it should be enacted. That's all. That's my point.
Fair enough.
That's the only reason. It's not that I don't think that certain people deserve it, and it's not that I don't think that it shouldn't be enacted on certain people. Ted Bundy, for example, is a fantastic example of that. Like, he was categorically and undeniably proven guilty of his crimes. I mean, if I remember correctly, he was caught.
If he was on that jury, would you have given him the death penalty if it was an option?
Yes.
You would have.
Yes.
So you do agree with the death penalty?
I just said that for certain cases, I do believe. However, I don't think it should be an option for just anyone.
No one's saying it is just for anyone.
It is, though. You can get the death penalty for killing one person or 50. It doesn't matter.
All right, well, okay, but then that's down to the jury to decide, isn't it? If we done it out of an emotional reaction to something, like you see, look, do you remember the woman who walked into court and shot the geezer who molested her daughter?
Yeah.
And she shot him and fucked him up, dead, gone. That's pure justification for me. Where do you stand on that one?
Vigilante justice.
Hold on. That wasn't that sounded a bit aggressive.
You did sound a bit sort of lone state. Yeah.
No, it wasn't like that. It was. Where do you stand on that?
Vigilante justice? No. Vigilante justice has been proven time and time again to just be ineffective and terrible. No, it's.
Yeah.
No. Vigilante justice is.
Would you have given her the death sentence?
Absolutely not. But could she get it under law? Yeah, 100%.
Well, 100% she could have done. Yeah.
Because but is it justifiable?
Gone to taking life.
Exactly, but
I'd justify that all day long. If I was on that jury, I'd be like, nope, let her go. She's free. Let her go.
This is the point. But however, if you were the one juror who said, no, let her go, and the rest of them said, no, she has to get the death penalty, you're overruled. Does that make it fair, 100%. Justified and moral?
No, it doesn't. And this is where the conflict is always underlying the whole conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And it's one of those ones, ultimately, I think it's kind of like, we'll have to sort of go with the whole, we're going to have to agree to disagree on that one. Because ultimately there is, there's always going to be people, aren't there, that people are going to agree and people are going to disagree. But should we catch up? Hey, my God, Dusty Star. Hello, Dusty. We haven't seen Dusty in a long, long time. How have you been?
How you doing, Dusty?
You've chosen a fine old podcast to join for the first time. But I'm just looking. Can we? What do you? Okay, so Hatoli is very much on your side. Same as my wife. Same as pretty much everyone I know. So
yes, Tiggs has a win.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I know I'm in the minority on this one. Can we turn around the question? What do I have? If I think what Hatoli is trying to say is, would I feel safe knowing that there was serial killers being kept in prison? Yes, because they are now currently. So is Fred West dead yet? I don't know. But
yeah, he must be dead.
He's got to be close, hasn't he? I'm getting a nod from my editor, I keep getting sort of facial expressions and hand gestures as if to say.
They were years ago. That was when we. Panda, that was when we were kids at West.
I know, but he was in the news relatively recently, wasn't he? I think. I don't know whether it's because he had died, but I'm getting a nod that he has died. So, but yeah, the point was that I wasn't ever concerned or worried that Fred West was in prison, or because and really, realistically, I should be more like, for instance, down the road from where I live, this might be giving away a little bit too much geographical information, but I have. We're gonna work out. There is a prison. 20-minute drive from where I live that houses the most serious under 21 offenders in the country. Okay, like the worst. I'm sure you know where I'm talking about, Tiggs. It houses the worst of the very worst, and I know this only because I had the pleasure of meeting two of the. I was going to say screws, but we'll say prison guards. I can't be bothered to go into detail how I met them, but anyway,
he was in there.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, exactly. And they were filling us in on some of the stories of, some of the people who were in there. So, but the point was, did I, lie there in bed awake at night thinking, oh shit, I hope there's not mass prison break. No, because, it's kind of, you just, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit stupid on that one. I don't know, but, yeah, I mean,
I think that's a call for. But the problem, right? Okay, and this is where the layers come in. All right, every pound that we make, we're paying for them, and that's the thing as well. So every killer that goes into prison, we're paying to keep them alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're essentially subsidizing a killer's lifestyle. And let's not get it wrong. If you look at some of the documentaries of these prisons, they're underrun and overpopulated, and they get everything they want. It's a home for them. And this is what I was saying earlier. People offend just to go back into prison because it's easier for them,
which I think is really sad.
It is really sad
that the outside world is that shit to them that they consider life to be better.
But how is it that shit to them? Because they've made decisions. They've made decisions. Come on now. They've made decisions.
Yeah, all right.
No, Panda. And I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going with this. But they've made decisions.
I don't think life is as black and white as that, Tig. I really don't. Panda,
you know where I come from. I've told you my life story, and there could have been decisions that I have made that could have landed me into them places. But I made the other decision, and those decisions led me in a different direction. But they make them decisions.
I 100% agree, but I don't think it's fair to just black and white tar everyone with the same brush of, you made the choice. No, I'm not. But if the point I was making, people reoffend
to go back inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead
Some
of
do.
instead
Some
of
do.
instead of trying to integrate and live and and earn anything, it's easier for them to just go back inside. That's a difference to me anyway. If you purposely make that decision to reoffend just so you can go back inside, you can look at it. You can look at any prison documentary. All right, just look up reoffenders, and you will see that they go back in and they smile at the entry guard because they know that what they're going to get, and they're getting it all for free, and it's all off the back
I
of
mean,
us.
it's not. It's coming at a pretty heavy price, isn't it? In the you lose your freedom.
Yeah, but to them, it's not free.
And
It's not losing their
that's what I
freedom, is
mean.
it?
Like, I don't think they're going back in just because they don't want to pay rent. You know,
Panda, honestly, I will send you some links, and you have to watch these videos because they do it for the fact that they don't want to pay rent. Because if they have to pay rent, they have to work, and they don't want to work.
but you don't have to work to pay rent.
Okay.
There is a very,
yeah.
very strong. I mean, this is a whole different fucking conversation that we could go into in enormous depth, as we know. But like, there's a very strong benefit system in the UK.
Massive.
So, I do believe that there are career criminals who can't help themselves. Who could get a job? You are right. Who could get a job and earn an ethical living like everyone else, but they choose not to. Sure, 100%. Those guys. But I think, like, I mean, if you wanted to, you could. I mean, we're kind of branching off, aren't we? In from the death penalty. But so, do all drug addicts deserve to be in prison?
No.
But most of them are. Because they, for instance, most of the time will have to resort to crime in order to feed their habit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that prison is necessary. I mean, it depends obviously what crimes they're committing, obviously. But I don't think that prison is the right place for them.
But Panda, someone who's grown up in a very orientated world. My old man was, and he stole from us. To you know, and that's theft is theft. Whatever way you look at it, it doesn't matter who you steal it from. It's theft. You take something that doesn't belong to you. That's theft.
Oh,
okay, so you know, whatever habit is for, you're still breaking the law. The basic law is don't take something that it doesn't belong to you. That's a basic law.
No, of course.
And that's been around for generations and thousands of years. If it's not yours, don't take it. Simple as that. All right. If we want to round it up to a, you know, like, you know, what we call cowboys in Indian times. You take a horse. That was a massive theft, huge theft back then because it was such a huge commodity. You know, it doesn't belong to you. Just don't take it. All right. So yes, you deserve prison time. Death penalty? No, not you. No, not a chance. All right. But when you're becoming something, it's all about value, isn't it? Really, I suppose. Like to me, the value of life is far more greater than any sort of material product you could have.
But but that doesn't really align with the death penalty.
Of course it does.
Really, if you're saying if you're saying human life should be held above all else.
Well, hold on. If I steal your car, and then I steal because essentially, if you take a life from someone, you're stealing that life from them, aren't you? If I steal your car, your insurance is going to pay from that. If I steal someone who you love, their life, no insurance is ever going to pay for that.
Oh, of course.
There's
not.
nothing. There's nothing that will ever replace that. You can get another car. You can get another whatever it is. I've taken another PlayStation or whatever, but you're never going to get that person's life back.
No.
There's no repercussion for that. So for me, you take someone from me that I can't replace. That's it. I don't want nothing left for you. You're gone.
So
And that's where the death penalty makes sense for me.
we need to. We need to wrap things up really. However, just
How far over are we?
not by about 15 minutes, but we've got a little bit more in us. But yeah, we should wrap this up. Right. So
I want to continue
let's
this after the chat.
say,
by the way,
right. For instance, the war between Russia and Ukraine right now should.
you're stepping on thin lines there.
No. At the end of the day, it is a war between two nations. You can take out all of the political aspects of all of this for this argument. We don't care who is in the right, who is in the wrong.
Yeah.
Corruption, conspiracy theories, all of that. That needs to be taken off the table for the sake of this argument.
Yeah.
Should every leader and military personnel who is involved in the losing side be put to death because they have taken the lives of others?
In the losing side?
Yeah. Because obviously, if the winning side is obviously justified in what they did because they won.
How is it? No.
Yeah, because they won.
No.
Isn't that the point of war?
No. Not at all.
Yeah, but you've got justifiable reasons. Where are you going with
this?
Because you've got justifiable reasons for taking their life.
No. All right, so what about the losers? Everyone on the losing side, because not everyone's going to be dead on the losing side.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. Should we put them all to death?
No, because war is war.
Oh, okay. So killing is okay in certain contexts, but not others.
No, not at all. War. All right. Look. The very fact that this is a different chat, to be honest. War is war, all right? The person who invaded, you need to work out the justifiable reasons. Because we could do this about World War One, World War Two.
100%. Yeah, you can
apply
it to
what's going on with
them.
Israel and Palestine. We could do this with the Boer Wars, the Korean War, Vietnam. We could do this with
every war. Every war.
All right,
apply it to every
war. You can't do that.
Why?
You can't close it because listen. All right, this is what I said to my son the other day. All right, because it was on the news, and we don't ever watch the news, but for some reason it came on, and this was what it was. And do you know what I had to describe him as it as? We are like an ant colony. That's all we are.
Yep.
All right. If you put two different ant colonies, red ants, black ants, army ants, fire ants, whatever they are, those two colonies are going to try and take over each other's. And that's just to preserve their own. They're fighting to the death. But we, as humans, know better. We know that we don't need to do that. We could all live in harmony. Yeah. We could all live in peace. We could all help each other, in fact, because one part of the country's got this, one part of the country's got that. Let's trade it off and let's just all live. But we don't. But us as humans, as a majority, because don't forget, the government is made up of what? So let's say 150 people. Those 150 people are making those decisions. The millions of people aren't. Yeah. All right? And those millions of people would rather everyone not die and we all live in peace. It's those 150 people that are deciding that we need this, or they're saying this, or they won't give us that. They're the ones who are making the wars.
Yeah.
All right? So if you get rid of them 150 people, like the queens in the ant colonies, well, not the queens, no, that was a wrong, scratch that, fucking editor, take that away.
The feminists are coming. To be fair, though, in ant colonies, it is predominantly the queen.
Yeah, but the Queen's not saying go out and fucking win the It's just a majority rules, isn't it? But if you was to go out in the streets of Ukraine, no one wants to die. If you want to go in the streets of Russia, no one wants to die. Palestine, Israel, no one wants to die. You got China fucking and Taiwan and all of this shit. No one wants to die. No one wants to fight. But it's the top people thinking that we need to do this to preserve dominance. Fuck off. You don't. Let's all just trade equally. Let's all live fairly. No problems. But you've got a minority and they're exerting their dominance and saying this shit's going to happen. So it's irrelevant. All right, war is irrelevant because if
I disagree.
Let's hear your side.
No, I just my whole point is that you can't justify the taking of another life for certain reasons and not others. Like, I know that might sound very hippie,
if your house was to be invaded right now, and they're willing to kill yours, are you not going to kill them?
Yeah, but that's defense, isn't it?
What's to say a war's different?
No, but I'm not. That's the point. I'm saying you taking lives is wrong regardless.
I know that, and I'm agreeing with you, but if someone was to come into your house, I know you, Panda.
Yeah, no, of course I would defend my home and my family. Of course I would. But that's my...
And they will die before yours.
This is my point. Taking a life is wrong, full stop.
100%.
So the death penalty is an active choice to do that.
Yeah, on the reaction of intention.
But action and reaction is...
No, Panda, reaction to intention. If
no,
someone
but intention
comes into
is
my,
not... No, you can intend to kill someone and not do it. The killing is the action. That is what triggers the reaction.
If someone comes into my house and they are intentionally trying to hurt mine, someone's going down before mine do. All right? And that is a reaction.
Would that not make you the aggressor?
Why? Really?
I mean, yeah, but you're on about taking their life before they can do it to you. Have they not actually committed the act, though? So in actual fact, you would be the one that first took the life?
Yes, I would. And do you know what?
So that makes you the aggressor.
Fine. I would stand in front of a jury and I would say to them, he tried to get to mine, so I stopped him before he did.
And then you received the death penalty.
Then
you deserve the death penalty?
I would take it all day long. Genuinely, I would.
Fair enough. Right. Okay, no, fair enough. Anyway, I think, like Atoli said, that is the rabbit hole is getting ever deeper. So probably, I mean, I think it's been made very clear which side of the fence we both land on. There's no, there is no, yeah, there's
that was
no,
the first, that was the first install. I think that was a good intro into where, because we do, as we are best friends and I love you to pieces, but we do disagree on so much.
We do have very different I'm trying to think of the right ways to word this, but yeah, in terms of, but I think that's what makes our conversation so interesting, and is what has triggered the idea of this podcast. We've both brought very different mindsets to a subject.
Yeah.
You know, and we are very unique.
And you know what? And sorry to interrupt you there, Panda, but this is where life and people need to take account. You can have a conversation and you can disagree, but you can still love your life hetero partner.
Well, exactly, and exactly that's the point, isn't it? It's just because you don't agree with someone doesn't mean you can't like them. And to be fair, if more people took that opinion, then maybe the world might be a slightly better place. But,
there you go.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. As I say, I think we've made it very clear which side of the fence we all fall on. And I will accept the fact that I am most definitely in the minority on this one. And yeah, no, I'm good. I'm okay with that. But yeah, so I think that that was that was the first semi-intense debate.
That was a good one.
It was a good one.
And I will join you for a coffee next week, and we will continue this.
I don't think we need to revisit the subject.
Oh no, we do.
But we've got some good ones. We got some good ones. We got some further topics to explore. But
Are we putting it to the poll? What are we doing next?
Right. Okay. So, I think we could do with something slightly lighter, maybe.
Let's do something lighter.
We've got Tolly and we got Dusty in the audience at present. Do you guys have anything in mind that you would like us to discuss? If not, I will. And unless Tig's got one that he wants to discuss, I will pluck something out of that conversation somehow, to discuss. Or we could even discuss this off of podcast, and we could put it to a vote in the middle of the week. It doesn't have to be right now. Just obviously asking if you've got anything that you would like us to cover. Or we could always next week just revisit a good old conspiracy theory.
Yeah, that might be good actually. Break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I was thinking. No, I'll talk to you about that after.
Yeah, and we do need to wrap this up because Panda's about to piss his pants. It's from the last stream, Dusty. That's all about the language you like to learn. Yeah, but we could definitely we'll have because obviously the Furby discussion was good. I enjoyed that one. We'll find
that was a funny one.
I think that we should leave. I was thinking about this. I don't know if you agree, Tig. I was thinking, because obviously everybody is most definitely up for listening to the COVID debate, but I think that we need to leave that one for a more, what's the word? The
problem with the COVID debate is it's very divisive.
Oh yeah,
very divisive.
Yeah. What I mean is we need to save that one for a special podcast, whether it be like episode 100 or something.
Yeah,
that's that one.
Because we again disagree on that one as well, don't we?
Oh yeah, and yeah, but yeah. So we'll work that out. But anyway. We'll wrap this one up for now, and we'll work out what's happening in next week's episode. But so Tig, do you have anything you'd like to say before we finish up?
I love you.
I love you too, darling. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us. It is a pleasure as always, and we will see you in the next episode. If you haven't, go and follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts, and we will see you next week for who knows. But here's hoping it's slightly lighter than this one. See you later, everybody. Peace.